Welcome to No Strings Attached Street Ministry. This is Hurricane Update number 3. Yep, 3 times has to be a charm. For some reason, the first one I talked to myself for 30 minutes. But anyway, gosh, I hope this gets you guys. I'm really trying. I don't know what happened. Then I tried another time and it just went kaput. And it showed that I had 2 bars on my Wi-Fi internet, so I don't know why it didn't go. But anyway, I went and found another spot. Hopefully this is better this time. So I just hope and pray someone shows up this time. I'm trying to load everything up here so I can see it myself. Yep, there it is. I don't know. We'll see if it works or not. So, if you're online and... But anyway, I went and found another spot. Hopefully this is better this time. So let me know if you can hear me. Shows up this time. I'm trying to load everything. Showing that I can. So I can... But it's sort of running behind. Hey, Mr. Elmer. Hey, thanks. Thumbs up. Hey, listen, guys. Remember, subscribe, ring the little bell thing, and give me a thumbs up. You know, it's always lovely to see that. Hey, but I got a few updates, actually. My channel is actually, I looked at it the other day. My channel is all the way up to 2,300 people. Yes. Wish it was like more like 2,000 or, you know, like maybe 20,300 people. But, hey, I'm good with 2,300 people. It's better than 10. But anyway, I guess there's a lot of old boys out there that just don't really want to watch an old part on YouTube. That's why I just sort of get tickled. But also, the hurricane update. That's the reason we're here. The hurricane update is it's gonna be missing me. So remember, I'm in the Sarasota area, which is just south of Tampa Bay. I'm on the west coast of Florida, but so it's on the Gulf. This morning I woke up and we got a lot of little rain bands coming through. You could definitely feel the humidity in the air today. Maybe that's what's going on with this computer. I don't know. But anyway, you know, it's definitely seems to be working good. Make sure you comment. Let me know that you're here so I can see if everything is continually working or not. Hopefully I won't waste 30 more minutes of my morning. But I'm trying my best to get this. I'm sure it's probably just operator troubles. But I had a YouTube friend that I met the other day, and she helped me a lot, hopefully. I got to where, you know, I can do the live stream things now. I'm hoping that it all's working right. But I've seen this morning I've had trouble, so hopefully this one goes through. I don't know. But I'm really trying my best to work on all this for you. Good morning, Alvera. So I'm really trying to figure it all out for you guys. She also helped me with my PayPal. I've now got a special link. I guess she did a special link to PayPal, payme.me or whatever. But anyway, it's the prayer van. So if you ever want to donate directly to me, it's easier to find me now. I just type in prayer van and it should take you right to it. And then you'll see my old ugly mug, of course, you know, so you know it's me. I'm waving at you like that, so that way you know that it's me. But or you can also get a hold of me through my email, so you can check that out. I'm probably just gonna do a lot of prayers for these people that's getting ready to get hit. They're gonna get nailed big time. I just know it's not gonna be a good sight up there. Apparently, last time I heard this morning, about 5 o'clock this morning, that it was up to a category 4. And in that area of the Gulf, I mean, When Katrina was even up there, it was a category 1. And just in like a few hours, I mean, it just exploded, which this one here will, because it's coming on the time. It's going to really start cranking, and there's still a lot of hot water out there, boy. So there's a lot of danger out there on the road. Hey, congratulations. I'm glad you can hear me. There isn't any movement. I'm sorry. So like I said, I don't know what's going on with this internet. But it could be just the internet. I mean, we had a lot of problems the last few days. You know, that it just crashed, and it's just been a nightmare around here with internet service. I have a lot of the older people that I deal with. And good morning, Mildred. I try to deal with a lot of the older people and help them out with, those simple tasks and things that they need during the days. And we've been struggling with the internet with a lot of them too. Of course, my buddy Jack, the one that my mentor, I really help him a lot, and he's been fighting with his internet. But a lot of his is he don't have a good place to even get any kind of internet. So we had actually set him up on what they call the jetpack. Does it sound right? Yeah, it's a Verizon jetpack. Eclipse. Might be Clips. Maybe it was Eclipse. But anyway, it's a little round device that you can put minutes on, I guess. You buy these little cards and you can add minutes to these, and it gives you access. Of course, it seems might be pretty expensive. We're trying to look in that, but for any internet at all, hopefully he's got enough to at least get him through. But we're going to try that as an option for him. So, because I really want to keep him online. He does a lot online for his, Sunday school class. He teaches the young kids in Sunday school. So, he's very, very important to that church and what he does in his ministry. He's a retired pastor, and of like forever, I think like 60 years or something. I mean, he preached a long time. But really great guy, and I'm sure you probably met him or seen him on one of my videos or so. But anyway, we're right now trying to figure out if this one is even working. I hate to turn it off and then try to restart it again. So see if I can. I'm doing it on. Yeah, I'm doing it on here. See, the one on my computer, the one that I'm following, has seemed to freeze up. Let's see if I'm still live. Am I still live? Someone give me a thumbs up if they can hear me, or if they can let me know. Because I don't know, it probably crashed again. But anyway, I don't know. And the thing is, I went into my channel. I can't even delete those. I mean, now I've got 5 videos on my stream that people can't even watch. I don't know how to get rid of those and start over. But I mean, it's probably going to affect my channel, I try my best to at least do the best I can. But I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone's still there. Because it's not responding. I mean, on here it's responding on my phone. Can you still hear me, Alvera? Okay. So that's good. I don't know why the computer one just froze up. The video's not working for some reason. But if you can hear me, that's okay. I can still get my message across to you guys. But yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm about 300 miles south. I'm about halfway down the Florida, of the Panhandle, and I'm going to be on standby. I mean, I could just imagine. I remember what it was like when Katrina hit over there, and it did a lot of major damage, a lot of messed up, people. I personally lived through two hurricanes myself. Andrew down in Miami, and then Charlie was one that I got hit here in Port Charlotte. So, and I've seen the devastation that they can cause. I've seen the destruction. I've lived through the destruction. I've lived with all the pressures of the heat, the humidity, and no water, no power. No, it's a tough life. Van life. That would have been a miracle back in those days. Trust me, it would have been sweet to have something like that. Just, it really is. It made such a major difference. When you're living in a house that is just totally destroyed, and then you get mold starting to grow, and you have all the sickness and all the heat, you can't get away from it. And I mean, it's all right. A lot of people has the strength to continue on, if you know what I mean, and they push through. But it does a lot of things mentally to you. I mean, it really messes with your head. And a lot of people out there really need, that comfort, because they're just lost. They're like numb. I don't know if you understand. If you've ever been through a disaster, you could probably grasp what I'm saying. But it's really, really tough, to just to live through that kind of agony. And the thing is, it seems like it goes on forever. I mean, or there's some, the quickest I ever had my power turned back on was 2 months later. I mean, just think about what that would be to have without power for 2 months. I mean, you have to go out and stand in the lines, and wait for the food trucks to come by every single day. You're standing in major lines, just to basically feed and water yourselves. That's how drastically ridiculous it gets. So, say a lot of prayers for those people, because they're going to live through a lot of stress coming up, and that stress can really wear on people. And a lot of people just are not strong enough to get through that and handle that, trust me. That's sort of one reason why I done what I done, is started the prayer van, because I see a lot of, it intuned me to a lot of people's pain. I mean, it got to a point to where I could actually see it on their face. I could feel their spirit crying out as I walked by. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I mean, it's just something that God really just enhanced into me to be able to do. I could just, just reach out, and it's like I automatically know and can live what they're doing and what they're feeling. So it really makes it hard, to live with. It cuts my heart out. It really does. But then I've seen a lot of miracles because of the opportunity to pray. And when you can sit down and just love on somebody for no reason. I mean, a lot of people, they walk around. I've actually just walked up and said, "Hey, I think you need a hug." And I just give them the best hug I can. And I'll tell you, you could just feel the warmth pouring through them, and you could just feel them like collapse in your arms. You can just see how they absorb that, and then the positive energy starts to ignite again, and you start feeling this kind of thank you Lord type, just right from them. And it's amazing how how they really, it really changes their life. It does. It's almost like you become a miracle for them. And I mean, besides miracles that I've seen actually happen, and lots of them. So there's a lot of good quality things about the prayer van that really just amaze me. People say, "Well, what do you get out of this?" That's what I get. I mean, I get the satisfaction and the comfort to see the joy return back to someone's heart and their soul. That's a reward that you can't pay for. I mean, nobody could buy that kind of reward. Money just doesn't touch it. Objects just don't touch it. The spiritual uplift, it's just like God kisses me and hugs onto me all day long, every day. And that's like my reward for what I do. And honestly, besides having to walk through the world and The world runs on economy and runs on money. You know what I mean? So you got to have that to feed yourself and to buy gas and, to keep going. But I've tried my best to do the ministry full time. That's why I have to continue coming back to try to, get out and, try to earn and make as much as I possibly can to where I can get back on the road and go do another trip. And that's what I do is I make trips and I come back and I'll do what I can to earn as much as I can. Then go back out and do another trip. I do have a few people that supported me in the past. I haven't had hardly any support actually for about the last probably 6 months or so or better. So, if you do feel it in your heart, want to reach out, hey, hit me on PayPal, because every single dollar that goes on to PayPal, it goes straight to the ministry. Buy gas, keep the truck running, maybe buy someone a cup of coffee, or a lunch or a dinner. I've done so much in so many different ways, it's hard to say. People ask me once, well, Jim, what does your ministry actually do? My ministry does it all. My ministry has done it all. But the most thing the way that I describe my ministry is my ministry is to love people. So my ministry is to love you, no matter what it takes. That's what my job is to love you unconditionally, no strings attached. Just like my name of my ministry is no strings attached. And that's what it means. I can't ask anything in return from them at any point, way, form, or fashion. And I never will. But then I rely a lot on people like yourselves, that do support me and look after me. And that's what they do, is they look deeply after me and make sure that I'm okay too. And that's just sort of how God returns the kiss back to you. So it's amazing how this all works. I see a few other people coming online. Hello, William. Hello, Susan. Let me see if I can just read some of your messages here. Oh, you're still recovering. Susan, you're still recovering from Hurricane Florence? Yeah, it's probably going to take a while. It's just so sad. I think a lot of your all's damage was a lot of flooding, correct? And the water is the worst because that really destroys a house. You can always sew a 2x4 back up and re-roof and no big deal. But when you have to deal with the inner stuff, like re-ripping out the drywall and doing the wiring and all the stuff that it takes to get back out, losing every single piece of clothing, everything you have, you lose because of all that. It makes it really tough to survive out there. It's hard. So, but I'm glad you evacuated and was able to survive through that. And hey, my prayers are with you. I would love to come up there. I was going to try to come up there, just couldn't afford to get enough money to make the gas trip to get up there and back. But see, that's what I would love to do, is be able to just go from spot to spot and do what I can and then move to the next. Because believe me, there's so much need of love out there, and that's the problem is, it gets so hard on people. They'll just grasp and get desperate for just about anything that goes their way. And it really makes it hard. Yeah, it looks like it's a Category 4 Alvera. So it doesn't look very good at all. I still hope you're able to hear me. I know the video's not producing very well, but I don't know why. I've got, on my phone it says I've got 4 bars. On my computer, I've got 2 bars. So I don't know. But I'm only watching it on the computer. The phone is the one that's actually producing the video. And I don't understand why. But in this area, trust me, the Wi-Fi is crap. It always has been, always will be, I think. But it's Xfinity. And they want to take over back before they started doing all this networking type work, where they're trying to get everyone, this stuff. they're destroying it, because used to you just go to like McDonald's or to Home Depot, things like that. You would get, and you would be able to get good Wi-Fi, and and still produce. Traveling around the country, you used to be able to do that, but now it's like these cable companies are coming in, and they're like flooding the market with all this Wi-Fi, but it never works. It's crap. It doesn't work. They need to work and get quality before they can get quantity, and that's the problem. Is the quality is just junk, and then they want you to pay for it. That's, I think, is what they're trying to do, is make a monopoly. Of course, it's AT&T. We expect it's just like the Bell Company, and their motto is they always want the inner workings. But you know what? Their phones in the phone sectors went to crap the last few years that they had it too. I mean, to get any kind of service and stuff like that, it was almost impossible. Hey, thanks, Joker. Thank you, sir. I'll be glad to. You too. If I don't know where you're from, but if you are in a hurricane section, make sure you evacuate, guys. If you're up there, trust me, I've been through 2 hurricanes. Get out. I don't even waste your time boarding your house up if you can. I mean, I would rather you worry about you and your family, because believe me, at this time of stage and age, if you wanted to board up, you should have been boarding up 3 days ago. And if you wanted to even evacuate, should have been 3 days ago. To get on the roads right now, I'm sure every single highway is clogged, just dead stop. And I tell you what, after seeing 2 hurricanes personally myself, I don't think I would want to be out on the highways. I really don't think I want to be out there during all that. I mean, I could only imagine what that like. South Carolina. Hey, did that storm get down to you very far? Was it Florence? I believe it was the one up there. I know it hit just north of you. I didn't know if it, but I knew it was sort of wandering around down there. I didn't know if it affected the South Carolina area as well. Probably not too bad. I know how hurricanes are here. We have some that blowed right up the middle state of Florida just last year, and I don't remember these names. I can't remember these names, and my memory is terrible. So who knows? Yeah, it's raining pretty hard. Yeah, it's starting to rain here too. We've got a lot of the little cloud the bands coming through right now. You can see them just zipping right by. Some of the winds picks up, and just a little gust here and there, is what we see on the winds. So the winds is, I think we're just getting like the outflow of it, just that kind of stuff. But it rained a little bit this morning. When I first got up and aroused around, it was raining. That was like 3 o'clock this morning. Susan, your niece is in Tallahassee. She works for the ER at the hospital. Wow. Well, send her our prayers as well. I mean, we know how it is. I've got a lot of people in Tallahassee that's really close to my heart. And some of those are even in the medical field, in the hospitals. So I'll definitely keep her in prayer as well. Because that, I tell you, it's amazing to see how these responders, they sacrifice so much. And I think the biggest thing is the families that they leave behind. Those families have to be the strongest you could possibly ever imagine. Could you imagine, let's say a firefighter or a policeman that has to walk away from their family to protect someone else that was too stupid not to evacuate. They have to risk their life for someone's idiotness, and it just blows my mind. And then you have people that that get out and get hurt. I mean, I've seen people actually walking around in the hurricane just because they thought it was cool. Really? I mean, come on. Get in your house, huddle down, protect yourself. Better yet, evacuate, get away from it, and get the heck out of there. I mean, because trust me, you don't want that. I mean, I've seen too much destruction, and the eye went right over my house. I was in Princeton, Florida, and the eye of Andrew went right over the house and destroyed just mowed it down like it was nothing but rubble. And the whole town, probably for 40 miles straight up and down, was just nothing but a bulldozer. I mean, that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I lived about 3/4 of a mile from the Homestead Air Force Base, which was right there, about maybe 2 miles from a place called Naranja Lakes. And I believe they actually got the quote eye of the storm. You know, that was the targeted hit. So that's how close I was to that. The Charlie hit in Port Charlotte, which is about 6 miles from my house. And about 6 miles from my house was totally destroyed all through that town. Just completely wiped the town out. And I even here in my area, a lot of downed trees, a lot of damage. All my neighbors had roof damage and things like that. But you know what? God just protected my little house, and there wasn't a shingle missing on it. I mean, nothing. I was able to power up my house, and I would run off of a well, so I didn't have to worry about no water. And my house became a refuge for everyone in my church. It was that way until they stopped showing up. And we kept a big giant pot of chili on the thing, and we kept a lot of just free showers. They can come up and shower 2 or 3 times a day, sit around and get in the air conditioning and hang out and just cool off and maybe take a nap or just relax, watch a little TV. They didn't have no TV, but we had with my kids, we had tons and tons of videos. I think my wife bought every single video you could name from Disney. But we had tons of different video movies that was going 24 hours a day, seems like. I was doing any kind of mechanical work for them, anything I could do for each one of them individually, I tried my best to do. But this is what we called, just reaching a hand out and loving the neighbors. Even the neighbors around me, I reached out and to help with them. And if they needed something, I tried to do what I had. And I opened my arms and my heart and my home to any of them. And I still will today if anything would ever happen. But the biggest thing that you guys need to remember is the world is too destructive these days. And we just need to love each other. That's what he says. Go out and love each other. So anyway, I've talked on another time, and I'm sure this is a boring one because the things stopped and froze up on me, and I'm sure you're probably not even hearing me no more. But anyway, at least a few of you got to see it. So I'll go on and sign off. And but yeah, the hurricane is okay with me. I'm fine. And I had a lot of people calling me and emailing me last night, to make sure that I was okay. And I do appreciate that, leaving messages and stuff on all my sites, wondering if I was all right. And I'm fine. So, but I life and life more abundantly. Yes, the weather is very evil. Yeah, it's sad, Susan, when you have to leave your animals, especially. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people, will stay home for and not evacuate. But you know what? Life and limb, take them with you, drive away. I mean, you can always, as long as you get basically 50, 100 miles away from that storm, you ain't even going to even feel the effects of a storm. So, Hey, thanks. Glad to see you. I think that was my little buddy, the Southern Lady. I think it was. It is. Hey, glad you're all right, too. Hey, it's coming right up at you, girl. So be careful. If you need anything or need me, give me a call, okay? I mean, I just want to make sure if you need somewhere to evacuate, it's probably too late to come south, but, you'll probably get hit before you get here. But, yes, definitely get out of there and don't get messed up with this storm. I know you're up in Tennessee, but you need to move along. Just make sure you button everything down because I know you live in your mobile home, so you need to You know, you're a trader, so you need to take care. Hey, thanks for checking in with me. Glad to see that you actually found me live for a change. God bless you, little one. She's a wonderful lady. I watch her. I've subbed to her for a couple of years on her YouTube channel. So if you ever get a chance, go over and check her out. It's called the Southern Lady. She's a very nice little country girl. You know, she's adorable. So, you know, really like. She goes through a lot of life struggles, and just like me. So, you know, but I met her actually one time in person. She drove to Florida and actually met me last year. And just an amazing girl. Yeah, her and her boyfriend came down and I got to meet them, and I'll tell you, they were amazing people. But yeah, I try to build it as a community, and I go out, I travel, I try my best to meet each and every one of you. So if I'm ever close to you guys, I don't care who you are, where you're at. If you see that I'm coming close within 100 miles, by all means reach out to me, because I'll do anything and everything to try to meet up with you. You know, because I love to meet people face to face. And that just means so much to my heart, you know, to when people include me as part of a family as well. And God bless you too, Southern Lady. But yeah, but everything else on the storm wise, I'm okay. Yes, done went past me, so I'm getting some of the outer skate bands. We're doing well with that. But remember me, you know, I got, oh, another thing she helped me with is this little super chat thing on the bottom. She helped me, my little friend the other day helped me set that all up and make sure that was right. So I see it on mine. I don't know if everyone else sees it down there. I've never had anyone use it, so I don't even know if it works or even how it works, but it's there. A lot of people's asked me to put it on there, so it's there. But and also she helped me with my PayPal. So she got my PayPal, make it a little bit easier to find, and she associated it with Prayer Van. So if you go to PayPal and you type in Prayer Van, it should take you right to me. And it's a picture of my ugly mug. I'm waving at you like this. You definitely know it's me. And then you'll know that any donations or anything will come out to help me out. We'll go through on that. But anyway, so much for that. But yep, let's get our day started, guys. Got to get out there and start